All right, once again, good afternoon, everyone. We are commencing today's session. My name is Matthew Philip. Today, I will be taking you through the process of how to prepare and submit your business plan for the AGSMEIS loan. The table of contents. So today we are going to be covering the business objectives, the implementation objectives, post-training activities, research, loan application process, conclusion, question and answers. Then the learning objectives for today, at the end of the presentation today, the participants will understand the process of applying for the AGSMEIS loan. Then you also have the mastery of the NISAL Microfinance Bank Business Plan template. Then you're also going to learn how to calculate the total loan required. Then also, you are going to be fully equipped to prepare and submit quality application for
the total loan required.
For the AGSMEIS loan.
You fully equipped to prepare and submit quality application for AGSMEIS loan.
All right. So I'm going to employ every one of you to be very, very attentive. Take good notes. Make use of the chat box to drop your messages or questions. Then also ensure that your device is muted. Okay, Babatunde Samson, please, okay, thank you. You have muted your device. Eddie Makele, please can you kindly mute your device as well? Okay. So unless I state that it should unmute and contribute, that's when your device should be unmuted. So because we have a lot to cover today. The question I have always received after the EDI training, most time participants always call and ask, okay, now we have completed the training, what next? What next? What next? What should I do next? So a lot of participants don't know that after the training, you are supposed to go ahead and start the loan application by yourself. That's what's required by NISAL Microfinance Bank. So the training is not just enough for you to get the loan, the loan approval. You are also required to have submit your application. So the first thing I want to tell you after this training, if your business is not yet registered, I advise you register your business before you submit your application. Okay. Then also carry out research. Carry out research. Earlier, it's vital for you to carry out research before you start your loan application. Okay, then it is also required of you to commence your loan application by preparing and submitting a quality business plan. Okay, now let's look at, I said regularization. Okay, I said earlier. So it's you have to register your business. You can either register as an enterprise or a liability company, depending on your business objective or the nature of your business. So ensure to do that. Then after registering your business, go to the nearest federal inland revenue to you and register for tax identification number (TIN). Then open a corporate account with any commercial bank. Then after that, you can now submit your loan application. But you can start the process of application online, but don't submit yet until you have gotten this done. Okay, then after doing that, before you commence your business plan preparation, you have to carry out research, which is what it entails you gathering all the necessary information and data about your business and the industry. And what are the required data that you are to gather or information? Gather information or data concerning your industry, the pricing, the competitors, you know, your operating expenses, all the cost domain that you know are involved in your business. Get the necessary information. Okay, because once I start, I'm going to take you through the financial template and I'm also going to take you through the dashboard. Some people just, like yesterday, I was called, somebody just reached out to me and was like, I have bought my business plan. I said, what happened? He said, the financial template is showing negative, which means that the project is not viable. So I told him to send it to me. So I asked him to send it to me. So when he sent it to me, I checked through it, and when I saw the viability analysis, I discovered that it was a bad project. It can't be approved. Okay, so it was a bad project. It can't be approved. And I cross-checked all the projections, and I discovered that he made a blunder under the loan repayment schedule. Okay, so I would say that once you have gathered all the information, the mistake he did was that he just went ahead and started providing figures. It's not about providing figures, it's about providing as your projection should be as realistic as possible. Okay, so that your chance of approval can be high. Okay, so you get all the necessary data. Then after getting all the necessary data that is really required for the loan application, then let me just take you through this. A lot of people don't also understand the composition of the loan. For the NISA Microfinance Bank AGSMEIS loan, the loan composition is subdivided into two: capital equipment and machines. Capital equipment / machines, then and working capital. Capital equipment / machine and working capital. So you have to have the knowledge of the amount of loan that you need for your capital equipment, including land and building. Okay, but note, rent is not under capital equipment. But if you are buying land, if you are building, okay, it's going to be classified under that capital equipment. If you are buying machines, you're buying vehicle, generator, every fixed asset is classified under this capital equipment. So then you should ensure to collect pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice, just go to your vendors, okay, and get pro forma invoice for the equipment you want to buy. For example, you want to buy a generator, let's say 5 kV, let's say it's like 300,000. Then you go to the vendor to give you pro forma invoice. Okay, you need this pro forma invoice to present during the interview or before the loan disbursement. Okay, so it is during, and that's the essence of the research. You don't just say, I need a laptop and put any price. No, you have to do your next research online, or you go to the vendors or merchants that are dealing in laptops and price and get the price, get the pro forma invoice. Okay. Then the next is working capital. Working capital comprises your variable cost and your fixed cost. And your variable cost is also known as your direct material cost or your direct cost or your cost of sales. And these are the expenses or the cost that is traceable to the unit of output. And they are the costs that increases as your level of output increases or as the volume of your output increases. This cost also increase. An example of such costs are raw material. For example, if you have to produce 10 units of your output per month, there's a specified unit of raw material that you're supposed that is required. But if your output increases to 20 or 30 per month, then the raw material requirement will also increase. So raw material is an example. Direct labor is also an example. So if you have some staff, it's like casual staff or indirect staff, the staff that you are paying according to the unit of production or unit of output, such staff is is you are going to also take note of his or her wages. Okay, classify that under direct cost, not salary. Okay, then the next is transportation, inbound transportation, like transportation of raw material from point of purchase to your factory or to your office is also classified under variable cost. Okay, so then your fixed costs are the costs that are fixed. This cost does not vary alongside your unit of your output or your volume. Okay, for example, rent. Your rent, even though you are producing 20 units of output per day, if you now increase it to 20 to 30 per day or to 40 per day, okay, your rent will still remain fixed. If it is 20,000 that you are paying per month, it's still going to be that same 20,000 that you are paying. So those costs that does not vary alongside your outputs is known as your fixed cost, and it's also known as your operating expenses. So an example is salary, rent, utilities, like electricity bill, waste bill, any bill that you pay, then communication, fueling, marketing, transportation, advertisement. Now, take note the difference between inbound transport and admin and management transportation fare. Okay, so the administrative transportation fare is classified under your fixed cost. So the composition of the loan, as I said earlier, is the capital equipment / working capital. So once you add both together, it makes up the total loan that you need to apply for. Then it is required by NISA Microfinance Bank and CBN that the loan should comprise 70% 70% capital equipment and 30% working capital. Please take it clearly. And 70% of your loan required, at least 70% should be for capital equipment and machine, and 30% should be for working capital. So if you need any clarification, kindly drop your message on the chat box. I'm going to visit it as I'm continuing the presentation. Okay, so that's that with the loan composition. And it's also it also depends on the nature of your business and your industry. But they are going to approve an amount for you. Okay, like somebody, one of our participants just got approval a few days ago. He sent me the offer letter that he received, and it was 70% for capital equipment and 30% for working capital. All right, so while I proceed, I also expect your response in case you need any clarifications or feedback or contribution. Okay, now let's take a look at the AGSMEIS loan application process. The AGSMEIS loan application process, after attending the ADI training, the next is for you to submit your business plan. The next is for you to submit your business plan. And the question now is, what is a business plan?
A business plan is a kind of a proposed, I can call it a forecast in a way, that shows what you want to do, how you want to go about it, and the financial aspect of it, how you want to generate the money, and how you're going to sell your product.
Wow. Fantastic definition. That's great. Please can we give the thumbs up?
To realize for.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Rotimi, if I may ask, what business are you into?
Well, you mean presently on this these issues that we are discussing?
Okay.
I'm into farming.
Farming.
I farm, yes. I farm poultry. I do poultry business, and I equally do the dairy farm of pig.
Okay.
Then I do maize. This is a cash crop.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I equally do little of fishery presently.
Okay. So are you combining the poultry, the fishery, and the piggery for the AGSMEIS loan application?
Yes, that is exactly what I have in mind.
Okay. 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 You are going to do it as an integrated farming. All right. That's a good one. That's a good
Come
one.
again, sir.
I said, which means that you are going to present it as an integrated farming.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thanks for the response. That was a very good definition, and it was really spot on. All right, let me go to the chat box and see the messages that are available. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, somebody, Eddie McKellen, asked a question. Okay, let me start from Deepak. Deepak said, what will happen for those who run online business that require more of adverts as much as 50% of capital for 12 months to get customers and close the deal? Okay, you know, I mentioned it earlier that it depends on your industry. So if you are able to prove it in the business plan that this is what your industry requires, you can still get the approval. Okay. Then Eddie McCallum said, for those of us willing to start up, are we compulsorily required to register our business name, get in and get corporate account? Yes. The government will not give you business loan. The government will not give it to you if your business is not registered. They prefer to deal with corporate organization. Your business must be a legal entity. So it's advisable. See, don't be in a rush with this loan. The fund is available. The source of the fund is from the bankers committee and it comes in. So all you need to do, take your time to register your business. In fact, I have someone whose housing number has just been generated by CAC a few days ago. And he was, you are in cohort 7, the guy was in cohort 5. But now he has registered his business as when he attended the training. But after the training, he has finally went ahead and registered the business. I handled the registration for him. Now, housing number is out, and he can go ahead and apply for the loan. So please take your time, register it, apply for the loan. Don't be in a rush. The best is for you to get it right. It's always good to get it right to avoid future income. All right, now let's get back to the class, the lecture. A business plan is like a technical document that conveys a business realistic set goals and their attainment strategies and the organizational team that will actualize the set goals, just like what Rotimi defined. You know, a business plan is like a guide. It's a document that contains information about what the company is all about, what the company sets to do, what the company sets to achieve, and how the company is going to achieve it, and the necessary resources required to achieve the set goal, both human resources, tangible and intangible resources, and the outcome, and the future outcome of the set goal. So, business plan comes with forecast. With your business plan, you can see the future of your business. With your business plan, you can do comparison. You can compare the growth rate of your business enterprise. And we need business plan in so many ways, not just when we need fund. Your business plan is supposed to be served like a guide that's like an operational guide. Just like the Bible and Quran, the holy books is for worshippers. Just like just like an operational manual is to a device or a vehicle. Then a business plan is also a guide, a daily guide for a business operation. So every day you're supposed to be looking at your business plan, use your business plan to set targets to your for your line managers, use your business plan to monitor and evaluate performance of your organization. So there's a lot you can achieve with a business plan. So it's always good for you to present a bankable business plan. Now, and also, there are different contents to a business plan. There are different contents. And every funding organization always require a business plan so that they can carry out what we call sensitivity analysis, and so that they can measure how viable and profitable is your business idea. Okay, then the question here is that why do NISA microfinance have their own templates? You know, if they don't have their own templates, required standard and template, everybody will just submit any document. Some people will submit voluminous documents. I have been privileged to sit in panel of those that review business plans, and I have also seen that some people will just write and write and write voluminous documents, and the content is not rich at all. So to save them time and resources, they have to simplify a template that is to be used for a loan application. So everybody is supposed to use a standard template according to the National Microfinance Bank. Okay, let me go to the chat box and see if there's any message. Okay. Okay, somebody said, okay, Odeyemi Victoria. He said, are we to write our business plan after the class and now registration is compulsory? Yes, what I would advise you, while your business registration is in progress, you can go ahead and start with the business plan preparation. Okay, which one comes first? Both, you can even start those simultaneously, but the fact is, ensure to get your business registration number before and open a bank account before you submit your application. Somebody said, if someone registers a company for a long time without paying tax, what can such person do? Okay, please, this question, just keep it in view. At the end of the class, remind me so that I can create this question. Okay, now let me take us to the business plan template. Once you log into your dashboard on the AGSMEIS, on the NISA Microfinance Bank website, then you click on AGSMEIS Loan. Okay, then click on AGSMEIS Loan Application. After doing this, click on Create Business Plan. Click on Create Business Plan. There are two methods of applying for this loan. There are two methods of applying for this loan. Number one is to use the NISA Microfinance Bank template, and that template is free. That template is free. You don't need to pay anything. You apply and submit. You'll be invited for interview, and if your presentation was okay, you get the fund. Then the second one is the mini business plan template, simplified template. This simplified template is for a fee. The simplified template is 5,000 naira. So if you have to use the simplified template, then you have to buy it 5,000 naira online. So NISA Microfinance Bank have to negotiate with them to sell the template for 5,000 naira, and it makes the application process seamless for you. Okay, so if you are to use this template, all you need to do is to buy the template. This person has already paid for the template, but he has not started the application. Okay, so this is what the dashboard looks like. Okay, if you are using simplified templates. Okay, then but I'm taking you through how to use the free template. How to use the free template. If you master how to use the free template, then using the simplified template will not be an issue at all. Okay. The difference between both is that if you use the simplified template for your submission, once you submit the business plan, two things will happen. Financial template will generate itself, okay, and a business plan PDF format will also generate itself. You download it and save and study it ahead of interview and take it with you for the interview. But if you use the free template for the application, everything you submitted, you can't get a copy of the business plan, but you can always log in to your dashboard and read through what was submitted before the interview. Okay, and another thing with the free template is that the financial template, which is an Excel sheet, you have to fill it by yourself. But if you are using the simplified template, the financial template, the Excel sheet, you don't even need to touch it. It will generate itself once you provide all the information on the dashboard. So those are the differences between both platforms. But if you use both platforms, there's equity, there's fairness. You can always be, you'll be invited for the interview. So I'm going to take you through how to use the NiceSal free template. So you click on Upload Business Plan. So once you click on Upload Business Plan, the challenge here, I just hope the network is going to be fast. Okay. Once you click on Upload Business Plan, you wait for it to load. So after this, so this is what the template looks like. This is what the table of contents looks like, from personal details up to 13. Review business plan, then summary business plan. So you click them one after the other. So you click on personal details. So once you click on personal details, the page will open. Okay. So your full details is required, your full name, surname. Please, all the shaded portion, see this portion, you don't need to fill it. This portion, don't fill it. It auto generates itself. Okay. So then other names, you fill the other names, you fill the your date of birth. Then it's also important you put your personal bank detail. Then BVN is key. A lot of people always miss out of this because they're like, they're going to receive their BVN. You need your BVN to know your loan, your status in terms of creditworthiness, whether you are going or not, or your level of bank activities. So you have to provide your BVN. Then your training, under your training institution, you have to click here. Then you will select aquatic hub because this is you are trained under aquatic hub. Okay, so you choose aquatic hub. So once you choose aquatic hub, you say so this aquatic hub, you choose it. Then your certificate code will be generated after the training. So you put your certificate code here, and it was entrepreneurship training. Okay, what was the duration of the training? It was 5 days, so you put 5 days here. Are you married or single? You fill it. Geopolitical zone, this is your geopolitical zone, your location. Okay, if you're in Lagos, you put Southwest, depending on your geopolitical zone. Then always click on Save. So once you click on Save, if there's no any error here, then it will just accept it, and then you now come to the next, which is business information. So for business information, you have to provide information about your business. As I said earlier, the shaded portion should not be tampered with. Then you fill your business information. You can see your business name, your business bank account. Okay. So without having a registered business, then you don't have a business name, then you don't have a bank account. So register your business, then get a bank account before you fill this. If not, it will not be successful. So business sector, your sector activities, is it a startup or existing business? If you are existing business, you choose existing. If you are a startup, you choose startup. Then choose your industry and the activity. Years of operation. How many years have you been in the business? Fill it here. Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it limited liability company or cooperative? Choose one of them. Then vision statement. Recall that when we had the business model canvas class, one of the topic we treated was vision statement. And the vision statement, I made you to understand that vision entails where are we heading to and what do we intend to achieve. It's a statement of direction. So, and I also give an example that when you are framing your vision statement, always start with two. Okay, if you are targeting market leadership, then your example of a vision statement should be to be one of the leading brands in aquaculture industry in Nigeria, if you're into aquaculture, or to be a market leader or one of the market leaders, or to be a foremost brand. So whatever you want to, you are looking out to achieving or seeing your business to becoming in the nearest future, use that to frame your vision statement. And your vision statement is also key. You have to be as specific and clear as possible. Okay. Then it's also good for you to know that the size of your vision also determines the kind of effort you put in growing your business. Now, mission statement. Mission entails how the vision will be achieved. How the vision will be achieved. Okay. And your mission statement, your mission statement, you should, example, also start with to. So, for example, you can say to produce superior quality and highly nutritious catfish and sell to customers at an affordable price. I'm using aquaculture in this segment of the example. Okay, now the value proposition. This was also treated in the business model canvas. Some of you that submitted your assignments, you did well in your value proposition. Value proposition entails what unique value are you offering? What differentiates you from the competition? Why should customers leave the current company that they are patronizing and patronize you? What is in there? What value? What are customers deriving? What are the direct value that they are deriving from consuming your products or services? So now for somebody who's into aquaculture, your value proposition can be quality branding, quality and attractive packaging, sand-free. You go to the market, you see the way market women are exposing fish, catfish or pot and kingfish. Some of them use dirty containers, dirty sack to cover it, and so forth. So hygiene should be part of your value. Okay, then sand-free. Your processed catfish should be as dry as possible, and that will help it to be durable. So durability should be part of your unique value. Okay, then you can also introduce different spices of processed catfish, processed dry catfish of different spices. Okay, as your unique value. So you state everything there. Then your business description, you have to describe your business. In describing your business, you have to be as brief as possible. Now, somebody who is into catfish, start with your business name, then the nature of the business, either it's an existing or startup business, then the location of the business, then what the business is into. Okay, let's say the company name is XYC. You can say XYC Aqua Limited is an existing business. The company is located in Adodo, Ota, Ogun State. We produce and process highly nutritious and superior quality table size and dry catfish and sell to customers in domestic and foreign markets. So that's as specific as possible. Now your business objectives. Objective is the breaking down of your mission into attainable goals. Your objective is the breaking down of your mission into attainable goals. Now, you know, I said earlier, before you start your business plan, you have to do research, gather all the necessary information and all the data. You have to have known the amount of loan that you need, the number of staff you want to employ, the number of products, the units of products you want to produce on a monthly basis, and the revenue, the possible revenue you can generate once you are able to access the loan, and the possible profit that you can make once you're able to access the loan. So once you've done that, then all you need to do is to transfer the information. So in framing your objective should, you have to follow the guideline, the principle of SMART. The principle of SMART is SMART. SMART. S for specific, M for measurable, R for realistic, then T for time bound. So your objective should be time bound and A is attainable. So when you are framing the objective, you have to now go back to the surveys, the figures that you have gathered. Then you can give sales objective. Then you can say to generate sales revenue of 8 million naira in the next 12 months. To rear and process 1,000 units of table-sized catfish every 6 months. To generate employment directly or indirectly for Nigerian youths, for 12 Nigerian youths in the next 6 months or 12 months. To increase our brand presence by 30%. To increase our corporate customers by 10 in the next 1 year or the next 2 years. You know, and or to establish a retail outlet or a depot in 2 local governments in Nigeria in the next 2 years or 3 years. So as you can see that those objectives that I'm giving, one, they are SMART, they are measurable, they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are realistic, and they are time bound. So always ensure that you don't overquote your projections. And you have to be as realistic as possible. So after filling this segment, you click on Save Business Information. Then you scroll up and click on Equipment Needed. So let me check the chat box if there's any message. Okay. So if you have any information, any message, please drop it on the chat box. We have to be as possible. Okay. Okay, somebody said network. If you're having network challenge, you can log out and log in again. Okay, so that you can refresh your network. Okay, now, this is equipment list. This is key. A lot of participants always get here wrong. Once this page opens, you can see all this column. You don't have any business there. A lot of participants always stop in here. You are not to fill this column. You're not to fill anything here. It will auto generate itself. What it requires of you is for you to click on New. Click on New. Once you click on New, look at what is going to open. So the shaded portion should not be tampered. Don't touch the shaded portion. Okay. Description. What business should we use as an example here? What business should we use as an example? The last one was aquaculture. Give me your business idea. Let's use it for an example. Let me help you out with this segment.
Farming.
What aspect of farming?
Maize farming.
Pardon?
Maize.
Maize farming. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Maize farming. Are you also processing or only farming? Only maize farming.
Just farming.
Pardon? Sorry, your line is breaking. I couldn't hear you clearly. Okay, let's say maize farming. For maize farming, the question is what equipment do I need for maize farming? Okay.
Not processing.
Okay, both farming and processing.
Not processing, just farming, farm and sell.
Okay, you farm by yourself, maize farming. Okay, so let's look at what are the equipment that you need. Don't forget that you must have done your research. You will have contacted the you must have known the kind of equipment that you need, and you must have contacted the merchants or vendors to get the market price, the realistic market price. So let's say, yeah, now you need, if I say tractor is too, it might eat on the chunk of the loan. Okay. So, but there's what we call maize planter. If you need maize planter, there are some mini maize planter that can be used in your farm. Okay, you put maize planter here. What do you need it for? For planting maize. Okay, under usage, you put for planting maize. How much is the unit price? How much is the unit price? Let's say it's sold for like 800,000 naira a year. Okay. Then model. What is the model? If it's going to be locally fabricated, then it's locally fabricated. Yeah, under model. Quantity. How many do you need? If it is one, you just put only one there. Okay. Once you are done with that, what you need to do is to click on update. Once you click on update, the information will auto appear on this box. It will appear on these columns. Okay. Then, if you have to input another equipment, you click on new again. Okay. Once you click on new, okay, let's say you need knapsack sprayer. Okay, to apply your pre-emergence and post-emergence herbicide. So you need knapsack sprayer. So you then here description knapsack sprayer. Usage for chemical for pre-emergence and post-emergence herbicide application. Okay, and for liquid fertilizer application. Okay, then how much is a unit price? 25,000 naira. What is the model? If it has model, you put the model. If it doesn't have model, that is not compulsory. Quantity, how many do you need? Let's say you need 5, you put 5. Once you click on updates, the information will appear. So then you click new. So you follow that process to input all the necessary capital equipment that you need for your business. Okay. Then you now move to the next one, which is working capital needed. Okay, let me check the chat box while that is loading. Okay, okay. Somebody said I should use piggery farming. Okay, I'm going to use piggery farming now. Then I say on the chat box, sir, what is the training transfer code in the previous page on the business plan? Your training code will be issued to you by your training institute after the training. That's why a lot of people think that they can just come in, register on the website and apply for the loan. No, you have to attend the meeting. It's mandatory. After that, the certificate code will be generated to you and uploaded to your dashboard. And after then, that you will be enabled to apply for your loan. Please, okay. So, okay, and I also want to say that anybody that is not asking questions should mute so that we can have a great presentation. Okay, then somebody is asking, People is asking what will happen for us that only use computer software and high-speed broadband internet. Guys, IT infrastructure. Your IT infrastructure is also a capital equipment. Okay. Then all you need, like there's a lady that submitted that business plan last week. She's also into IT. She does digital marketing. She develops software and so forth. And she was able to package the application very well. So I guided her. Okay. Okay. Somebody say optical health service. Okay, but let's. Okay, sorry about that. We had network. My network was having issues, so I had to refresh. Okay, I have to call the aquatic office for them to enable screen share so that I can continue with the presentation. The worst part of it now is that once you have, okay, I said that the composition of the loan comprises of capital equipment and working capital. And when we are done with capital equipment, now it's working capital. Before you finish the session, after you must have done all your research, gather the data, ask yourself, how much do I need to run the operation of the business from 1 month to from the first month to the stage that the business will be able to self-finance itself? Okay, so you can request for working capital that can cover your operation up to 3 months, up to 6 months, up to 1 year, depending on the nature of the business. But just ensure that the total loan that you need is not more than 10 million, because the required loan max is 10 million. Okay, so you can do 1 month, you can do 2 months, you can do 3 months, depending on the nature of your business. Somebody said piggery. Okay, now for us to use piggery as an example for working capital, what are the working capital for the piggery? You come here, you are not to fill this column. Okay, click on new. Once you click on new, the page is going to open just like we saw in the case of the working capital. So, good. Serial number, don't fill it. IOD, don't fill it. Line, don't fill it. Business plan, write-up ID. You don't have business initiated portion. Description. Number 1, working capital that you need. If you are buying piglets, then you put piglets. How many piglets do you need? Let's say 50. Okay, you put 50. If it's 50 that you require to buy. Okay, category. Under this category, okay, under the category, we have, once you click on it, look at what is going to appear. So, pig is part of your raw material. Okay, the piggery. So, you choose raw material. So, how much is unit price for 1 unit of pig for piglets? Let's say it's 6,000 naira. So, you put 6,000 naira here. Okay, you click on update. What other one? Once you click on update, it will take you back to the previous page. Then you click on new again. Once you click on new, what's the next raw material? Let's say you are buying mature pig, like the boa. Okay, then you need mature pig, female. Okay, quantity, you can say 5. Depending on what you need. Raw material, you leave it there. What's the unit price? The unit price is roughly less than 45,000 naira here. Once you click on update, it will auto calculate itself and appear on the column. Then you click on update. Then the next working capital, you click on new. What's the next working capital? Fix. Bags of fix. Under description, put bags of fix. How many do you need? You must have done your calculation. Maybe you need to buy pigs that can serve the pigs for like 3 months or like 6 months. Okay, you can, if you need 30 per month, then that means it's for 3 months, that's 90. Quantity should be 90. Okay, feed the raw material. And then how much is a unit price? Let's say 3,500, 3,500. You can update. That's how then you transfer all your raw material and okay, then after that you click on new again. You know, we're talking about working capital, and I told you that working capital include your raw material, your inbound transport, your variable costs, and your operating expenses. So also include your operating expenses. Rent. If you are going to rent, okay, then you put rent of farm, okay, for 1 year, right? You put yes, for 1 year you put one. How much is per year? 300,000. You put the price there. You click on update. Then another expenses here is staff salary. Okay. Then under description, staff salary. How many staff do you have? 5. Okay, let's say you have 5 staff and you are paying them 10,000 per month. That's 50,000, right? Okay, that means that is 150,000 naira that you are spending for salary per month. If you need salary for just 1 month, okay, just put your number of 5 of staff here, which is 5. Then amount is 150,000 naira for it. No, amount is going to be 30,000 naira for each person. So once you update it, it will calculate total salary 150,000 naira. But if you need salary for more than 1 month, what you should put under this quantity is not number of staff. It's going to be the months. Okay. For example, you have 5 staff and you need salary that will cover up to 3 months. Okay. And you have done your rough estimation that you need 30,000 per month for each person, which is 150,000 per month for the 5 of them. So all you need to do here is to put 3. This 3 is months. You put 3 here, then you put 150,000, which means that you need 150,000 per month for salary. Then you update. Okay, let's see other expenses that are classified here. Utilities, okay? Utilities like NEPA bill, waste bill, any other bill that you pay your location. Just click on utility, then put utility bills. Then it will be a month. If it is 3 months, then 3, then put the amount that you pay for each month. Okay. Okay, cost of feed. Very good, fantastic. That raw material, since we have cost of feed here and you are into bakery, so what you need to do here, instead of using raw material for feed, you use cost of feed. This we have in the category. Okay. But if you are not into animal husbandry and so forth, use raw material. Okay. Then vaccination and medication is also key in the industry. So how much do you need per month? So under description, vaccination or medication for the pigs per month. Then quantity after doing that, you click on update, then all your working capital is settled. Then you now move to the next one, which is other loan information. Let me look at the chat box. Okay, somebody said, or Victoria says, if you make mistake during filling and you have updated, can you review it? I mean this part you are teaching right now. Yes, if you make mistake and you have updated, as long as you have not come to step 14 and submit your business plan, you can always update it. But it can't be updated if you have submitted it. So you can always log out, log in anytime at your free space. You come in and continue from where you stop. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. Okay, other loan information. Yeah, they want to know whether you are owing any bank or not. So be as open as possible. Current loan. This is the loan that you want to apply for. Okay. Month of repayment. Now, the maximum period for repayment of this loan is 7 years. is 7 years. So the question is, if you are paying back this loan for 7 years, so you are going to put 84 months here. You are going to pay back within 84 months. That's 7 years. Interest rate is 9% per annum. Interest rate is 9% per annum. Then your moratorium is also known as grace period for some of you who don't know. So they will give you a grace period. Maximum is 12 months. They can give you up to 12 months before you start paying the loan. You start paying the loan capital, not the interest. Note that. Okay. So, but the maximum I have seen so far for those who have been approved for this loan is 6 months. But I always advise you should apply for 12 months moratorium. Okay. Then you also required to provide two referee. And the condition of the referee is not stated on the site. So include the referee's information, their phone number, and their address. 2 referees are required. Then previous loan information. So have you received any loan in any bank before? If yes, you're required to provide it. Okay. So if you are currently going a bank, put the information. This loan, even though you are going a bank, as far as you are servicing the loan, you can still get the access loan. The problem, the only people that will have challenge is those who are not creditworthy. Those who have collected loan from bank and refuse to pay back and are not servicing the loan. So it's such people, it's with their BVN, they are going to NISA will know whether you are owing any bank and you're not servicing it or not. But if you have an existing loan and you're servicing it, you can apply for this loan. Okay. So having done that, then you now move to part 2, which is SWOT analysis. So it's key for you to understand. For SWOT analysis, SWOT tools. SWOT is also a diagnostic tool. So as a business development consultant, one of the diagnostic tools that we use in diagnosing our client businesses in order to discover the area of challenge and also develop intervention is SWOT tools. So we carry out SWOT analysis. And SWOT, S stands for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunities, and T for threats. And the strength here is talking about your internal strength, those internal factors that can contribute to the growth of your organization. Those internal factors that you have to your advantage that can help you to scale in your business, that is currently helping your business to scale. What are those internal factors? Some of the examples for strength can be professionalism, can be competent and dedicated staff, can also be another example. Strategic location is also a very good example. Affordable price is also a good example. Quality mindedness is a good example for strength. Okay, so then we move to weakness. Weakness is also internal. There are those internal weaknesses that are within your control. The internal weaknesses that are that is affecting the growth of your business. What are those internal weaknesses? What are those internal weaknesses that is stopping your business from achieving its corporate objective? Number one can be poor entrepreneurial skill, poor management skill, poor HR management, poor financial management skills, insufficient funding, wrong choice of location, poor low brand presence can also be a good example for the weakness. Then low demand for the product or service can also be another weakness. Okay, then opportunities. Opportunities are those external factors that are not within your control. Are those external factors that your business can key into in order to scale. And for those who are into agri, even fashion, Closure of border. Closure of border is a very big opportunity to a lot of business. The closure of border by the federal government is a very big opportunity. Then, another opportunity is the COVID-19 pandemic is an opportunity to a lot of businesses as well. There are so many businesses who have made millions during this short frame. Huge population is a good opportunity. High market demand is a good opportunity. Availability of raw material locally is a good opportunity. Then the threat has to do with those external factors that can terminate the existence of your business. What are those external factors that are not within your control? What are those external factors? Number one, government unfavorable government policy. Natural disaster, drought, like those who are into farming, the raining pattern this year have not favored farmers at all. A lot of farmers are waiting for rain to fall, but rain is not falling in my own location, Lagos and Ogun State. I don't know about other locations. So the shortfall of rainfall, it affects their yield. So drought is a threat. Competition is a threat. Tomorrow, later in the future, a very big company and reputable organization can come and establish in your location, doing the same business like yours. Change in technology is also a threat. So as an entrepreneur, you have to be trendy, you have to be up to date with the technical change in your business enterprise. Okay, while I move to the next, after SWOT, which is product and services, let me see if there's any message. Okay. Okay, somebody says, okay, Victoria says that if you apply for 7 years and you are able to refund it back within 5 years, will they charge you for the remaining years? No. They won't. If you can repay back the loan on time, that means you are creditworthy and you've been a good record of CBN and SME Microfinance, you can even get another loan easily from them. So if you pay back with faster than you anticipated, it's good. But saying that if you delay payback, then they are going to even debit your other bank accounts. That's part of the MOU that you're going to sign with them before disbursement. Okay, so for products and services, please keep dropping your response, keep dropping your messages. I will be coming from time to time to check. Okay, for product and services list, you have to follow the same information. You are required to provide detailed information about your product and services. Indicate the categories of products and services. Provide the quantity of the products you can produce monthly or the number of times you can offer the services on a monthly basis. Also provide cost of producing the product or rendering your services to the customers and the amount you charge customers for the product and services. Now, a lot of participants always get it wrong here. And once you submit, you can't edit again. Especially those of you that are using the simplified template. Some people, once they submit, they discover that they are making gross loss. And some will be projecting billions of naira per annum. And because they got it wrong here, this is where your sales forecast will be generated. So click on New. Once you click on New, if you are having any challenge in this in this segment, just call my attention to it and will be of help to you. So description is your product. Okay, start from here. Line type. Are you into product or service? If you're into product, put product. Please, what product should we use here? What product should we use as an example here? Okay, let me
IT.
Pardon?
IT.
Okay, IT. Okay. Now, IT. Somebody who is into IT and okay, what are your services that you offer since you are into IT? Are you into sales of computer and accessories, or you are into services?
Services.
Services. Okay, so you change it to services. All right. So you change it to services. Now, what are your services? What services are you offering?
Okay, sorry. Offering services to institutions
What kind of
like
services?
schools, supplying them with equipment and training their students.
Thank you. All
And
right.
other stuff.
So now, from what I've heard from you so far now, one of your services is ICT training. Then, okay, please, can everybody note? Let me proceed. Then, next is recruitment. Okay, that means you recruit ICT teachers for schools. Okay, now you have two services here. Number one is recruitment. So you put recruitment services. Now, how much does it cost you? How much does it cost you to render this service? For example, if you recruitment services, okay, if you want to render this service, there are some costs that you are going to incur. Okay, like you're going to buy data, you're going to do advertisements. Okay, after advertisements, you are going to incur costs to invite people for the participant for the training. You are going to review the applications. You are going to so what are those direct costs? How much will it cost you per single person? So what you need to do here is that you have to determine the total cost it will cost you to offer this service. Okay, then you divide it by the total number of participants that you want to recruit. That will help you to understand the unit price, the unit cost per one person. Okay, now direct labor. Direct labor here is talking about if you are paying any casual staff. If you are paying any casual staff according to the number of persons that they are interviewing, okay, since we are talking about recruitment here now, if you are paying any casual staff according to the number of persons that they are interviewing, okay, how much do you pay that person? Let's say it costs you 2,000 naira to recruit one staff, okay, and it costs you, let's say you pay the staff, let's say 500 naira, okay, 500 naira per person that the staff is recruiting for you. Now I'm talking about your own staff here now that is doing the job for you. You pay the staff that is doing the job for you, the interview and so forth. Okay, 500 naira. So all you need to do is to get this percentage, just divide 500 naira. Okay. Before we do that, let's go to our case price.
Yeah, we're going. I'm waiting for this
Case
one.
price says talk about how much do you charge the school for one person that you recruit. Let's say you are charging the school 10,000 naira. Okay, you are charging the school 10,000 naira, and it is costing you 2,000 naira to offer this service. Okay, what you need to do here is to divide, and if you are paying direct labor 500 naira per unit, so divide your 500 naira, you divide it by the cost price. How much did does it cost you? 2,000 naira. So divide your 500 naira by 2,000 naira. It's going to give you 25%. 25%. Okay, this is just an assumption. So here now we are putting 25. For material use is talking about other material like fueling of generator to interview, to conduct the interview, the amount you use to rent the order you're using for the interview, then buying of data, all the consumables used. So this is where the percentage is. You know, your material use and your direct labor is supposed to be 100%. So if this one is 25%, then this one is going to be 75%. Okay. So once you have done that, you click on update. Then the next service that you mentioned is training. So you click on here, you type training. Once you type training, how much does it cost you to offer training to one person? Let's say 20,000. Okay, how much does it cost you? This cost now is talking about the expenses that you incur to train one person. Let's say total cost is like 8,000 naira, an assumption. Then how much do you charge per participant? Let's say 20,000 naira. Okay, 20,000 naira. So then all you need to do is to come to labor. Your direct labor, if you have facilitators that or teachers that are acquiring training for you and you pay them according to the number of participants in the training. So how much do you pay them per unit? You know, it costs you 800 naira per person. It costs you 8,000 per person. Let's say you are paying participants 2,000 naira. Sorry, you are paying your trainer 2,000 naira per person. So that means that you are going to divide 2,000 naira by the cost by the 8,000 naira. So that is 25%. So if you are 25% here, it therefore means that material is going to be 75%. So you click on update. Once you click on update, the next thing that is going to happen is that everything will auto generate itself. It will help you to know the total monthly revenue that you will generate and the direct cost, your direct cost or your variable cost. So that is what this segment is all about. If you have any need for any clarification, drop your message on the chat box while I proceed. So next is competitors. Somebody should give me a business that we are going to use for competitors. Okay, what business should we use? So while I wait your response, the business we should use here, just follow the same steps. Follow the same steps. So you are to click on new. Please, this new, don't joke with it. Without it, you can't proceed. Okay? You click on new. Once you click on new, you wait for it to load. Once it loads, always start with the line type. Product of services. Okay.
4%.
I have a message here on the box. Okay, somebody said we should use optical health services. Okay, thank you. You didn't enter the training with your name. You use MTN S70. Okay, please, can you unmute and explain to us the services that you offer, the various services you offer under optical health services, so that I can see how to be of help to you in this. So you can unmute and let's hear you. Let's know the services, the range of services you offer.
I'm on the course training. We'll discuss it.
Okay, for I don't think it's network is on or what. Okay, let me proceed. Now for the optical health services, one of your services it could be diagnostic. Then one of your services could be sales of eyeglasses or frame. Okay, now let's say diagnostic services now, and you're going to do your competitive analysis. So competitors' product or services, put diagnostic services. Okay, high diagnostic services. Okay, sales price. Sales price. How much do you charge for diagnostic services per person? Let's say 5,000 naira. You have 5,000 naira a year. Company location. Where's your location? Let's say Lagos State. Lagos State. Yeah. Okay. Still on product name, you are still going to use high diagnostic services. Okay. Competitors organization. What's the competitor's name? And this is why I said it earlier that you should always do your research. So all you need to do is to get your the name of the competitors in your location offering the same service and who are sharing the same market segment with you. So you write, let's say XYZ Nigeria Limited. Okay. So how much are they charging? How much is your competitor charging? If it is the same price, 5,000, put 5,000, then if it's lower, put the lower, or higher, put the amount. That's how you do your competitive analysis. So try and provide information for like 2 or more competitors. The essence of this is to help your business plan reviewer to understand that yes, you have a knowledge of the industry and you have done research. Okay, so then after that you click on update. Once you update, you go back and click on new, then provide the next competitor as well. Then after doing your competitive analysis, then you go to business assets. Then you go to business assets. Okay, let me check the chat box. Okay, MTN S37 is Sunday Pio Solution. Okay, Odeshola Samuel said that, could you please explain the direct labor percentage part again briefly, sir? Okay, good one. You know, we are still going to financial templates. So under the financial template, it will be easier for you. Okay, the explanation will be clearer when we are creating the financial template. Okay. All right, so asset list. Here, you are required to provide detailed information about the assets you have for your business to perform your business operation. List out all the assets. Now, so you click on new. Now, this actually is talking about your existing assets. If your business is a startup business, this page is not compulsory. This page is not compulsory for you. Okay. But if you are a startup business, you don't need to fill this page. But as an existing business, you have to provide the asset that you currently have. Okay. Always start from less asset type. So here now we have got information about your tangible asset and current asset. Your tangible asset is also known as your fixed asset. Okay, if you have a vehicle, asset name, put the delivery vehicle. Which year did you purchase it? Then input it here. How much was it purchased? Input it here. Lifespan in months. Okay. Now, how long do you think the asset can last in months? If it is 5 years, put 60 months. What is the current asset value? If you want to sell the asset now, how much will it worth? Put the information here. Okay, then you click on update. Okay, once you click on update, the next is for you to come to current assets. Click on update. If you click on update, if you have other tangible assets, okay, let's say you have pure water producing machine, then put the asset name, the year you bought it, the amount you bought it, how long can it last, then how much can you sell it now? All your assets, just provide everything. Okay, then you now come to current assets. Once you click on your current assets is talking about, it has to do with your assets that can be easily converted to cash. An example is your raw material, your semi-finished good or work in progress, your finished goods, okay, then your cash at hand, then cash in bank, debtors, and so forth. So asset name, if it's raw material, fits, bags of fits, it's here. Year, what year did you buy it? 2020. How much did you buy it? Put it there. Then the lifespan, put 0 because thank you. Okay, so the essence of this segment is to do appraisal of your business and also to help to know the current worth of your business enterprise. Okay, then having done that, you click on update. Then you now move to the next, which is management and staff. Management and staff. So for management and staff, before now you ought to have decided how many number of staff that you require and what role would they be playing and how much are you going to be paying them per month. So you click on new. Click on new. Once you click on new, then click on line type. Start with the shareholder. Start with the shareholder. And this has to do with the business owner. So if you are the only person that owns the business, so responsibility, CEO, allowance or salary, how much are you receiving per month? Put the amount there. Your full name, you put it. Your stake, since you are the only owner of the business, put 100%, 100. But if you have other directors in the business, start with your own name first. Shareholder, then maybe you have 60%, put your own percentage. Then you click on update, then click on new again. Choose shareholder. Okay, the second director. This one should be director. Put the director here. Allowance, how much is he collecting? Put the amount. Then what is the person's full name? Input it, 40% stake. Okay, then you update. Then you click on new again. Once you click on new, then you click on employee. Each of your employee, you have to put the wages. Then how much is their monthly salary? Then their full name. Under stake, put 0 because they are not stake shareholders. Okay. Then for the new staff, for the new employee that you're intending to employ, all you need to do here is to, for full name, put to be employed. For full name, put to be employed. Okay, don't form any name, just put to be employed. Okay, so then you click on update, and after doing that, the next is financial plan. Next is financial plan. For financial plan, if you are using the simplified credit template, you don't need this, you don't need that. So you don't need all this. Okay. But if you are using the free template, click on download financial model. See now a template has been downloaded on my dashboard or on my device now. That template, you are going to fill it. Okay. Once you finish filling it, okay. Once you finish filling, you come out with it. But I'm going to leave here now. Let's quickly do all that, and we'll now do the financial plan last. Okay. So you move to the next after financial plan, sales and marketing, which is the last. For sales and marketing, it is an onus on you to provide your national ID card or voter's card, just any of the that you have, choose any of them. Then input the number, then the trade association. If you belong to any trade association, provide it here. But if you don't belong to any trade association, all you need to do is to is to put your training institution. For example, you are trained by Aquatic Hub. So put Aquatic Hub as your training institution. Okay. So then for the trade association, put Aquatic Hub. So then you put Aquatic Hub. So after putting Aquatic Hub, the next is for you to now answer this question. Why will customer prefer you? It has no real competitor. Just choose one of them that makes sense. It will offer more choice to customers. It will be priced lower than customers, but than the market price. Anyone that's applicable to you, you choose one of them there. How do you intend to advertise your product? You have to choose one. So are you using radio, print media, billboard, social media, and so forth? You can just choose any of them. How do you intend to sell your product? So you click on it. Direct sales, online sales, direct sales through your own outlet. So anyone that's applicable to you, just choose one. Then specify your product cycle. Yeah, people always get it wrong. Okay. Your product cycle, so for like somebody who is into fishery, okay, maybe that means that your product cycle like twice per annum. Like twice per annum. But let's use somebody who is into piggery. Like somebody who is into piggery now, the product cycle can be, let's say, twice per annum too. Maybe every 6 months or so. So if it's twice per annum, you put it there. But if your own is every month, you're generating revenue every month, then you put 12 per annum. Or depending on your industry. If you're only generating revenue once in a year, like some people that are into farming, they only harvest once a year, then you put once per annum. Okay? Year one sales forecast. I've just seen why it's always good to do your research to know the amount of sales you can make in 1 year once you get a loan. So just transfer the information to year. Okay? Under the year one sales forecast. Price increase frequency. If you are going to be increasing your price, how often? Will you be increasing your price every 6 months, every 3 months, every month, or every year? Or you will not increase your price at all? Just choose one of them. Okay. Then, so price increase percentage. What percentage will you be using to increase your price? Let's say you want to increase your price by 5% every year or every month, depends. But if we are not going to be increasing your price, put 0. Quantity increase percentage. Your quantity, yes, your quantity should be increased. Is it on a monthly basis that you want to be increasing your volume of sales or per annum? So let's say I always advise use 30%. I always advise use 30% year on year, which means that you could be increasing your sales revenue by 30% year on year. It also depends on your industry. It also depends on your current growth rate if you are already in existing business. Okay, the next is enter the average number of days customers take to pay your business or service you render. Are you selling on credit? If you are selling on credit, how long does customer take to pay you? If you are not selling on credit, put 1, because the same day customer will pay you. Okay. But if you are selling on credit, how long does it take for customer to pay you? You have to put the number of days. Enter the average number of days that your company takes to pay its suppliers. When you buy raw material from your suppliers, do they sell to you on credit? How long does it take you to pay them? So put the number of days. If it's only the same day, put 1 day. Now, enter the average number of days required for your business to sell 1 batch of inventory. Now, if you produce, how long does it take you to sell your product? If you have chosen if you are choosing once per annum, you are choosing once per annum year, it therefore means that it's 1 month, which is 30 days. So every 30 days, okay, every 30 days, at least you will turn over your stock every 30 days. So if you have chosen twice per annum, that is every 6 months, which is 180 days. Are you with me? So then if you are choosing once per annum, it's the same thing. So just take note of that format that I'm giving you for this. It's also going to guide you for the financial template. Okay, so that's that with this aspect of this business plan. This aspect is also key because it's going to be used to form your sales projection. All right, so at this note, let me see, if you click on preview, once you click on preview, let me quickly go to the chat box and check whether there's any message. Okay, before then, once you click on preview, all the information that you have provided, you will go through everything. You will have to proofread to be sure that there's no any single error. Okay, so to be sure that there's no single error. Then, if you are okay with that, you can now submit your business plan. But once you click on submit, it can be successful if you have not uploaded your financial template. So as I said earlier, for the financial template, what you need to do here is to click on financial template. Once it opens, you click on download financial model. Then a financial template, Excel sheet will be downloaded for you. So I'm going to stop the screen share, then share the financial template and how it works. But before then, once you finish filling the financial template, just come to the financial, come to your dashboard, click on financial plan, then click on choose file. Click on choose file. Once you click on choose file, then it will link you to the location of the template on your device. Then you select the template. After you must have finished filling the template, then you upload it. Immediately you upload it, you click on submit financial template. Once you click on submit financial template, it will be uploaded successfully. So the next thing you should do, for you to be sure that it was successfully submitted, click on view submitted financial model. Once you click on view financial model, the financial template that you uploaded will be downloaded automatically. And you can always review it as long as you have not submitted your business plan. But if you have submitted your business plan, then you can't review your financial template again. So take note of that. So on this note, I'm going to bring this session to an end, and then now resource to the financial template. So I will leave the floor open for your response. Then I'm also going to read through the chat box if there's any message there. Thank you.
Just say whatever you are not sure of now. Please state it now, because later you might want to chat up Mr. Phillips privately or me privately, and I'm not available to reply your chats for a number of days. Please, let's ask our questions now.
Okay, I've just checked the chat box. Okay, so all right, so welcome back to the part 2 of the presentation for how to prepare a bankable business plan for the AGSMEIS loan application. So the part 2 is the financial model. You only need this financial template if you are using the NISAL free template. But if you are using the simplified template, you don't need to fill, you don't have business with this model. It will auto-generate itself. That's the difference between the two. Okay, so you start with instruction. Now take a look at this. If you take a look at the lower part of the sheet, of the Excel sheet, you will see that we have some sheets. We have up to 6 sheets there also. we have instruction, we have assumptions, we have income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, summary, grocery. So don't be afraid with all this that I've shown you so far. I know a lot of people are always cold when it comes to calculations, but they like to count money. So you start with instruction. You start with instruction. For the instruction, you have to provide your training information here. Yeah, include your full name, your company name. Have you now seen why it's good to have a registered business before you submit your application? Then your training ID. Your training ID will be generated to you as stated earlier by your training institution after the training. So then include your training ID, then after that you are done. The next for you to come to assumptions. This is the only business you have with this sheet. You don't have business with these templates. You don't have business with the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, summary, cross-rate. They are going to auto-generate themselves. So it is almost on you to get your assumptions right. So I am using one of the templates that have been submitted, and this is for somebody who is into piggery and catfish production. Okay, somebody is into fish and catfish production. Then, when you are filling this template, all the shaded portion, you don't have business with the shaded portion. Okay, you are only to fill the portion that are not shaded. So this shaded portion, you don't have business there. You don't have business here. You only fill the unshaded portion. So you start with this one is automatically there. Now, here it's talking about your product or services. So if you are into services, list each of your services, at least 3. If you are into products, then this person is into, he rears mature pigs and sell for meat. Then he rears wind pigs, and he also does table-sized catfish. Now, these are some percentage rates. Company tax rates, this person projected that he's going to be paying 10% tax per annum. Okay. Interest rate for this loan is 9% per annum. Inflation rates, I think now is like 12. Nigeria inflation rate now is like 12.6 or 12.7. Okay, inflation rate. So he proposed to use 12% inflation rate. Then, if you have land and building, this is depreciation now. If you have land and building, okay, your depreciation of land and building, you use 5%. If you don't have, it should be 0. Then furniture and equipment depreciation, they use 15%. Equipment and machinery, this person use 20%. Vehicles, for depreciation for vehicle, you use 20%. Installations, you use 10%. Okay. So these are just assumptions that will guide your projections. Then you now move to your revenue. Now, this is talking about your revenue growth rate. You know, I said it earlier that it should limit at least start with 30%, depending on your industry. If your industry is growing by 50, if your business is growing by 50% per annum, you can continue with it. But the fact is that while you are projecting, you have to be as realistic as possible, as moderate as possible. I always advise that you should overcast cost and undercast revenue to avoid future cash flow or liquidity problem. So for revenue, for mature pig for meat for this person, now if your business is an existing business, if you are a new business, all this from year 1 up downward, all this is year 1, put 0. In fact, I always advise everybody to use 0, except you understand the trend growth rates in your business up to date. Okay, but if you don't have that information, use 0 for year 1. Here is talking about the growth rates. Once you forecast a figure, how will it grow per annum? Okay. So,
sorry, sir, Mr. Phillips, sir.
Yeah, I will go ahead.
Yes, please. perhaps you should try as much as possible to again, because I'm very sure some people might have issues with that and they are not speaking up.
Can you recap again, please? So what?
Perhaps please try as much as possible to explain the principle of overcasting your cost and undercasting your revenue, because I'm very sure a lot of people do not understand that.
Okay, thanks for that. Now, what I mean by that is that when you are forecasting, okay, it's always good to be moderate with your revenue projection. There's nothing wrong if your business is going to make loss in the first year or second year. Okay, but from experience, being among panelists that review business plans, I have noticed that a lot of business plan, a lot of applicants, they always want to please the business plan reviewer. They want to please the panelists by ensuring that they project profits. You see people projecting hundreds of millions, millions upon millions. Even a new business is so. All you need to do is be very, very realistic. Okay. Now, if you are sure that your business will generate up to 50 million naira in year one, okay, then you have to put other factors into consideration. What if worst case scenario? At worst case scenario, what can my business make? So use a worst case scenario projection for your revenue. But in terms of cost, if you are to incur, let's say, your direct cost, you are to incur 1.5 million naira monthly for your direct cost. Okay, but you have to put other factors into consideration. What if price of raw material increases? What if the inflation rate increases? What if transportation rate increases? So instead of projecting that 1.5 million, you can add, let's say 200, 300, 100,000 to it. Just add addition to that cost. So that even though at worst case scenario, you are still sure that you have money that will be able to cover the additional cost that you did not anticipate. So always anticipate future costs. Okay, and also anticipate worst case scenario or some worst cases that might stop your business from realizing the projected revenue. Okay, I've answered your question. If you are there, let me get your comments while I proceed. Okay, so I stopped at, so for year 2, this person projected that his business will experience 30% growth rate year-on-year, revenue increase year-on-year for mature peaks. Demand will increase by 30% year-on-year. Okay. Then he also project that the price that he will not increase his prices year-on-year. This is projection. Okay. Then for wind peaks, he projected that the sales volume will increase by 30% year-on-year. Then he also projected that price will remain constant throughout the forecasted period. Also, for table size catfish, for sales revenue, he also projected 30% year-on-year. 30% year-on-year. Then price will remain constant throughout the projected period. For direct cost, he projected that his direct cost will increase by 25% year-on-year. But I always advise that At worst case scenario, we know that every business should always work towards cost minimization and profit maximization or optimization. Okay, so, but in reality, it's always difficult, especially in your first 2 to 3 years, for your cost to be reduced. So, for your direct cost, I always advise that at worst case scenario, let your direct cost growth rate be same as your sales growth rate at worst case scenario. Okay, so if you have 30% here, you can also have your direct cost to be 30%. It also depends on the nature of your industry. So his own salary will be fixed. He will pay the same amount of salary up to year 4 before he increase salary or employ new people. Okay, then also for rent, his rent is anticipated that his rent will not increase. Okay, throughout. Okay, then utilities. He said it will not increase, depending on what he's doing. For utilities, the person said that utility will increase by 5% year on year. For marketing and advertisement, it will increase by 10% year on year. Okay, 10% year on year. Then for administrative expenses, it will increase by 2% year on year. So it depends on your industry. Okay. Then insurance, he said that insurance will increase by 2% year on year. For transportation will increase by 10% year on year. Subscription, he is not doing any subscription or license. That means he doesn't need any license for his big farm. Okay. Then after done that projection, okay, then you now come to the next. This is where you know your total capital required. The person said that he's going to spend 2,450,000 naira for land and building. That means that he's going to build farmhouse or the big pens, and also he's going to construct pond for the fish, maybe any pond and whatever. Then it's also going to incur 680,000 naira for equipment and machinery. Okay, so then for inventory and working capital, he said inventory will be 480,000. I think this inventory comprises feeds and medications. Okay, then initial working capital, I said they need 1,790,000. At the end, this is the total amount of loan. So when you are filling here, you don't have to fill this shaded portion. Okay, just fill the unshaded portion. At the end, the total amount of loan that you need is going to reflect here. So it means that this person needs 9 million naira for the loan. You need 9 million naira loan. Then for then you scroll down to D. D is talking about salary. For salary, all you need to fill here is to fill your annual salary. Then the number of staff that you need is what you input here each year. Okay. So this big farmer said that senior manager, CEO, okay, that is the CEO himself. He said he will pay himself 180,000 per annum, and it's only one CEO, so that's why you have one throughout up to the 6 years or 8 years. Business development, he said he doesn't need business development manager, he doesn't need associate under business development. He's a big farmer. He said he doesn't need sales and customer support staff. Okay. He doesn't need marketing. But if you need a marketing staff, what you need to do here, if you need a marketing manager, then come to manager. How much will you pay the manager per month? You put it here. How many managers do you need? If it's one, put one throughout. Then sales associate or marketing associate. how many do you need? Let's say one. How much per salary per annum? Let's say let's say 1.2 million. So put the price here. Then how many people do you need? We say one. So just put the one here. So you ignore the ones you don't need. Like this guy, you only need two parts, which is the CEO and the operation and support staff. So the good thing about this is that you can always edit this white column to the type of staff that you need. Okay, maybe this is farm workers. You can even change it. To farm workers. Okay. Then it said that it will pay 1.2 million per annum for salary, and they need 4 of them. 4 of them. That means the total of the 4 of them, which means that they are collecting like 25,000 per month each of them. So then the total salary per annum will appear. Then you proceed to operating cost. For your operating cost, start from direct cost, raw material. Then be certain that there's consistency between this template with the information that you provided on your dashboard. What you need to do here, you just go to the dashboard and transfer your raw material information, your raw material figure. Just fill only this place. Leave all this place to generate itself, because you have already forecasted the growth rate. Okay. Then for direct labor, if you have inputted direct labor, go and copy the information, the figure, and put it here. Factory overheads, the same thing. If you are incurring any cost, inbound transport, if you are incurring inbound transport, copy it from the dashboard and put it here, so that there will be consistency and both information will be synced. Okay. Then for your fixed cost salaries, these salaries now, the salary that you have inputted earlier, you can see that it has auto-generate itself here. The shaded portion are not to be tampered with. It will auto-generate itself because I already filled it earlier. Utilities. All you need to do is to calculate how much will you spend per annum for utilities. This person said is going to be spending 36,000 naira, which means 3,000 naira per month. Okay? But because you have provided your growth rate, which is 30% or 20% or 5%, that growth rate is what informs all these figures. And you know, year one, I said you should project 0. If because you put 0 in year one, that is why the figure you put here is what you have in year one. The figure here is what appears here. The figures here is the same. So assuming you have put 30% or 50% here, it means that the information that you are providing here will increase in year one by the percentage of you that you provided. So take good note of this is key. Just all you need to do is to fill this shaded portion by the annual figures. Your annual insurance, administrative fee, once you input it here, the rest will take care of itself. How much will you spend per month for transportation? Sorry, per annum for transportation. That's what the information here. It will also auto-generate itself in the other segments. Okay, now let's see revenue. This is where the real forecasting comes in. Revenue. Here you can always change here. This person says mature pigs for meat. Okay. People say mature pig for meat. But you can't change here. You can always change it in the first place. Here is where you change it. This information now is what automatically appear under this place. It's what appears here. You can see. So its projection is that per month, that is going to be selling 25 units of mature pigs per month. And unit price is going to be 70,000 naira. Okay, so you provide your own volume that you can sell per month and the unit price, or if it is per year and the unit price, depending on what you have projected earlier. So all this one will auto generate themselves. Then for WinPig is selling WinPig is going to be selling 25 units per month, and unit price is 8,000 naira. Okay, as you are doing this, you know what is happening. Your income statement, see, it will auto appear here. Everything will calculate itself, and the revenue that it can generate based on what we did in the assumption is what we are seeing here. That means that at the end of the year, it's going to be generating 21 million naira from mature pigs. You can see that this is 30 of this. So 21 million naira from mature pig, WinPig 2.4 million, then table size fish 3.407 million. You see, so it's up to any information that you provide on the assumption has effect on the balance sheet, has effect on the income statement, has effect on the cash flow. So then the next is for you to now move to the next one, which is table size catfish. This person that is going to be selling 334 units of table size catfish at the rate of 850 naira per month. And the implication at the end of the year is that it will be generating 3.407 million at the end of the year in the income statement. Okay, let's go back to the assumption. So just leave all this place, it will auto generate itself. Then receivables. Recall that in the dashboard, I made mention that if you are selling on credit, if you are not selling on credit, just put one. That means the person pays the same day. Okay. But ensure that the information that you provided on the dashboard is same year. Payables, if you buy and your supplier give you credit, how long do they give you to pay back? Put the number of days here. Then inventory, the same thing, put the number of days here. Inventory, how long does it take for you to restock your stock of raw materials or finished goods? Okay, so then you come to startup and financing. Here, the only thing you need here is that all the total capital required, you want to get loan of everything will be from loan, which is 100% debt. Okay, so this person needs 9 million, and all the 9 million he wants to get it from the loan. Okay, then you proceed. After doing that, you don't need to fill anything here. Then you now come to debt financing. For the debt financing, your loan will be borrowed in year 1. Okay, year 1 of the projection, that's when your loan will be borrowed. Then this loan amount will auto generate itself. You don't need to touch it. The payment period, the person said that he wants to pay back the loan within 6 years, but the loan will end in 7 years, which means that he has requested for 1 year moratorium. So out of the 7 years, he will use 1 year as moratorium, then he will use 6 years to repay the loan. So this is the implication of this information. So you don't need to fee here, except you are expecting other loan from other sources. You don't need to fee here, you don't need to fee here. So with that, we have done with all the projection. Everything will generate itself. All the rest information will generate itself. It stops at financing information. So the implication now is that at the end, you come to your income statement and check so that you know whether your projection is right. Because some people always get it wrong. After doing that, they just go and upload and submit. And at last, they will be rejected. Why? You see that they are making loss throughout the projected period. So this person is making net profit of 1.482 million in year 1, 4.6 in year 2, and the net profit is increasing gradually. So always come and check your total revenue forecast and also check your net profit forecast. If you are making loss up to year 3, year 4, then go back and adjust your projections. But if you are making loss in year 1, there's nothing wrong with that. But let there be, at least within year 2, you should break even and start making a reasonable profit so that your project can be viable. Then you come to cash flow. Once you get to cash flow, you have to come to the last part of the cash flow, which is cash at the end of the year. You check through to be sure that you don't have a negative cash flow. If you have a negative cash flow in year one, it's still okay. But if you continue to have a negative cash flow, then your projects cannot be viable, it cannot be visible. Your NPV and your NRR will be negative, and the project will be rejected when they do their sensitivity analysis to measure the viability and profitability of the business. So this is a very good projection because the cash flow is positive throughout the time frame of the projection. So at this note, I bring this presentation to an end. So I will leave the floor open in case there's any question or feedback. So I'm going to treat it. Thank you so much for your time, for being attentive, and for being patient. I wish you the best application and successful outcome.